A host of major tech companies like Apple, Facebook, and Amazon are part of a new fund that brings investing in sustainable companies to life. I'm joined now by Andre Cherney, the co-founder and CEO of Aspiration, and Dina Kohler, a UBS equity strategist. And welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So, Andre, I'll start with you. Tell us more about this area of sustainability. In fact, I want to put up a chart that shows just how much sustainability investing pays off. I mean, the difference there is pretty significant, so explain.
Well, it really can be. What's happened in the past is a lot of the sustainable investments that have been out there, especially ones geared towards everyday investors, have been what's called a negative screen. You strip out oil or tobacco or firearms, things you don't want in the fund perhaps, but often pay for that with returns. What people have found, and the chart that you showed from Harvard Business School professors found, is that when you actually look at companies' internal practices around how they treat their employees, how they deal with the environmental issues that they're confronting, that those decisions, those high road decisions that they're making can actually yield to more profit, more valuability.
All right, now the fund will be managed by UBS. So Dina, tell us a little bit about the strategy and what makes it stand out.
Well, as Andre said, what we do is look at non-financial information. And what I mean by that is information on companies' environmental performance, social issues, labor standards, and governance, such as board structure, board diversity. And the idea is to leverage this information in a very structured, systematic way across all industries. And in so doing, we have found that it drives the value of the fund and leads to higher performance.
All right, let's take a look at some of the companies in the fund. There you see on your screen, Facebook, Apple, Best Buy. It's not just tech companies, you have financials, Citi, across a large, broad range of sectors. Andre, tell us, what struck you about Apple? Why is Apple in the fund?
Well, I think what we look at in this fund, Aspiration, with UBS as our sub-advisor, is really looking at, across different industries, what companies are doing that makes sense. This is a noteworthy fund in a number of senses, but among them is that it's really, I think, the first fund out there in the retail marketplace that parallels the SASB Materiality Index, which is the new index that's being developed, Sustainable Accounting Standards Board, that looks at all these different industries and how they're acting. And so what Apple's doing may make sense for its industry. What somebody else like one of these other companies, Best Buy or others, is doing may make sense for what they're doing as well.
But what struck you about Apple? Because, I mean, Goldman Sachs just had a note out saying, Apple's trading at a 30% discount to the S&P 500. So what about Apple really caught your attention?
I think what we see with a company like Apple, or really any of these companies, is the intersection between companies that are good on the valuation piece of it, but at the same time are good on the values piece of it. And that's really where the intersection of what this fund's about, opening it up to people, $500 minimum investment, exclusively available on aspiration.com.
And Dina, you want to weigh in on any of the companies in the fund? What struck you?
Just to say that we find that the values, so to speak, drive the value. So the fund will tend to outperform.
Okay, and Andre, tell us briefly about Aspiration. I mean, clients actually get to choose the fee they pay you?
Absolutely. We're one of the fastest growing online investment firms, really bringing investments to everyday investors, $500 minimum investment, as I said. Customer gets to choose what they want to pay us. We call it pay what is fair. We think it's up to us to decide what somebody should pay us, and we have to earn that fee. We then take 10% of everything we do earn and apply it towards charitable giving. So really bringing a investment firm with a conscience approach to the mass market.
All right, Gina, the fund is aimed somewhat at millennials. Why?
Well, they're interested in this. And I think what they find is this is a way of investing in their future, not just in terms of financial future, but also the sustainability in the sense of, are they going to be thriving and doing well on this planet going forward?
But how do you get millennials interested in the markets? I mean, a lot of studies I've seen show that millennials don't trust Wall Street.
I would say that's part of what we're doing here is we're not doing traditional plain vanilla investing here. We're actually thinking about companies in a broader sense. And that means the impact of these companies on the environment, on society, on human well-being. And I think that has a huge appeal to many people, particularly millennials.
All right.
It's one of the things, absolutely, that's why we created Aspiration. Most of our clients are millennial because they don't trust the incumbents in the financial industry. They're looking for something different kind of products like this, but also a company that acts with very different kind of values.
All right, Andre Cherney, Dina Kohler, thanks very much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm Scott Gamm, and you're watching The Street.